So children, welcome to this video. Now children, in this video we are going to do a few programs using the switch case statement, and I am going to do a few programs from the board paper. So the first question which we are doing here is of 2012 boards paper 2012, question number 8, and this question says like that: using the switch statement, write a menu driven program. And there are two programs. Number one, to generate and display the first 10 terms of the Fibonacci series, and Fibonacci series we already have done. Say for instance 0 1, then we have the sum of the previous two numbers 1 2 3 5. The first two Fibonacci numbers are 0 and 1, and each subsequent number is the sum of the previous two numbers. And second part of this program is, or second program in this program is, to find the sum of the digits of an integer that is input. An example is given and you have to find out the sum. Say for example, if the number input is 123, then you have to find the sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3. And for an incorrect choice, an appropriate error message should be displayed. So children, first of all we'll see that what menu means. Menu means that when your program gets executed, you should get a menu, and in this menu you should get your choice, like Fibonacci series. This is first choice of the Fibonacci series. The other one is sum of digits. So these are the two programs, and the third option I am including here is exit, and here the user should be given enter your choice. So the user should be given to enter his choice, and he enters his choice in any variable. Say the variable which I am going to take in this program is ch. Now if he enters the value 1 in ch, he should go to the part of the program where this Fibonacci series is done. If he enters 2, then the program should go to sum of digits, and if he enters 3, then the program should exit. For an incorrect option, if he enters other than 1 2 3, the program should display an error message, and according to me it should again come to the menu. So it should start with the menu, it should stop with the menu. So children, this program we use in this program we use the switch case statement, we use the scanner class. So we'll do this program. This is of board paper 2013, question number 8, and I already have discussed this question. So children will do this. So we'll use the import statement, import Java, as I'm going to use the scanner class in this, and say my program here is on class menu. I create the object, new scanner system, and children, all these things we already have learned before in the previous videos. And public void main. Now children, the variable which I have taken for choice is ch. So I am writing this variable, I am declaring this variable. Then I am starting this program with a do while loop, and we'll see without do while also, and we'll see why we have written this do while. Now in this part I am just displaying this menu. So system.out.println tab I am writing, and menu. And children, this tab is going to just leave few spaces from the beginning. So it is going to leave two tabs. We can add one tab, two tab. And next is option number 1, which we are going to just display here. So it is 1 Fibonacci series, and option number 2 is sum of digits. So system.out.println 2 is sum of digits. And children, program on sum of digits also we have already done in the videos under the heading modulus. And third option is exit, and then we enter the choice. So system.out.print, and I I say enter your choice, and this choice, children, I am entering in ch. So ch is equal to b dot next int. So next int is the function to enter integer value. Now children, this menu like this gets displayed and the user is asked to enter the value here in ch. Now ch I am going to use in my switch statement. So switch ch, and if my switch ch or ch value is 1, then I am going to perform a program on Fibonacci series. Fibonacci series, it is saying that it is 0, 1, these are the two numbers, and the next number is the sum of the previous two numbers. So 0 plus 1 is 1, then 1 plus 1 is 2, then 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, and in this way you have to print 10 terms. That is what it is asking us. This program also we have done. So children, what I am doing is I am taking two variables 0 and 1. So I have taken a as 0, this number I have taken as 0, and this number also I have taken as 1. So children, I have taken capital B over here because small b I have already taken to create an object of scanner class. And now children, I am going to print 0 and 1. So that means I am printing a comma plus b. So children, 0 and 1 will get printed. Now out of 10 numbers I have printed 2 numbers. So now I am executing my loop for 8 times. And in the loop I am creating the next value, that is c is equal to a plus b. This is 0 plus 1, that becomes c. And so I print this number also which I have created. So I am printing it with the print statement. And children, to create the next number in the Fibonacci series, this number now I say a and this number I say b. So I get the next number which we already have done. So a is equal to b and b is equal to c. This we have done, and it will keep on creating the next numbers, and 8 numbers will get calculated and they will get printed. And this is first case. Here we end the program, and after ending the program, the last statement which I write is the break statement. So children, you can see that I have written a break statement here. So this is first program which I have done in my case, and now I am going to continue with the second thing. Second is sum of digits, and sum of digits, children, you already have done in the programs before. And sum of digits means, like for example, I have a number 1, 2, 3. Sum of digits mean 1 plus 2 plus 3, that makes 6. And digits we know how to calculate. This we are doing in option number 2. So case 2, first of all we enter a number. So system.out .println enter number, and children, I enter my number in x. So x is equal to b dot next int. So this is the number I have entered. Now in my program, what I have done, I have stored this number in n, and I have taken one variable to calculate, to find out the digits, and one variable to find out the sum. In D I am going to extract digits, and in S I am going to find out the sum. And digits we were able to extract by this loop if n is greater than 0. So D is equal to n modulus 10, n is equal to n by 10. So I get my digit which I add over here, and this will keep on finding out the digits, and it will keep on finding the sum of the digits. And once this loop gets over, so I will display the sum of digits, and this is in S. And once I display this, my program or this part of the program is over. So what I do, children, now after completing this, I put a break statement. So if my choice is 1, this program gets executed, case 1 gets executed. If my choice is 2, case 2 gets executed, and in case 3, I am just writing a break statement. So if my choice is 3, that is to exit, it is going to break, and in default means when the user enters other than 1, 2, 3. So I print here a message which is also given in the question. Any message you can give, so I am giving invalid entry. And children, here I am ending the switch case block. Now I have a do while block, so I am putting a condition on do while, and I am saying when ch is not equal to 3, I am putting. So what will happen if my value of ch is other than 3? The program will again go in the beginning and it will again execute. It will keep on executing, and when you enter 3, this condition becomes false and the control will come out. So children, this program is going to continue till the user enters, until the user enters 3. So this program, many times you will see in the programs, in the books or in anywhere else, that teachers are not using this do while loop. In that case, that program will get executed only once. So children, I hope this question is clear to you. Now we'll do the next question, and this question which I am doing is of board exams 2013. So this is the next question which I have taken, that is from board exams 2013, and the question says like that: using the switch statement, write a menu driven program. It is the same language, and there are two programs in it to check and display whether a number input by the user is a composite number or not. And we all know that composite numbers are all those numbers which are not prime other than 1. So a number is said to be composite if it has more than one factor excluding 1 and the number itself. So all the numbers which are not prime other than 1 are composite numbers. We already have done this program. And the next part of this program is to find the smallest digit of an integer that is input. This program we recently did. So what is the program? The program is using the switch statement, and using the switch statement, write a menu driven program, number 1, to check and display whether the number input is a composite number or not, and second is to find the smallest digit of an integer that is input, and for an incorrect option an appropriate error message should be displayed. So it is almost the same program, but there are a few changes which I am going to do over here. So the program is changed, it is not now this program, and case 1 is also going to change and case 2 is going to change. Rest of the program remains the same. So this program also is going to change. So there are hardly few changes to be done in this part. So children, will see how we are going to do this program. So this program is, we have to write a menu. So we import java.util, we write class menu, scanner object we create, public void main. I have taken a variable ch. Now children, there are two options. Number 1 is for composite number. So in my menu I am writing composite number. And second option is to find the smallest digit. So I am writing smallest. So after entering a number, I have to find the smallest digit. Third is exit, enter your choice, everything is same. Now children, for the composite number, what I have to do is that I have to first enter a number. So I enter a number. Enter number. So I enter my number in n. So I enter my number in n, and now children, to find out the composite number or the prime number, the program was same. We were counting, or we calculated the total numbers of divisors which are present. So we count the number of divisors. So for this I have taken one variable int k is equal to 0, and I am structuring a loop from 1 to n. and divisors I can count. If n modulus I is equal to 0, then k plus plus. This is in this for loop. So children, I structure my loop like this. Now children, here I have counted the divisors of the number. So now what we'll do? We'll check whether the divisors are more than 2. If the number has more than 2 divisors, then it is a composite number. If it is having 2 divisors, it is a prime number. That we already have done. So here we say if k is greater than 2, so we say this number is composite. So we say n is a composite number, and else we print that n is not a composite number. Is not a composite number. And children, we break this program. So this option comes to an end. So we entered a number, we counted its divisors or factors, and if the factors are more than 2, we say that it is a composite number. Otherwise, we say it is not a composite number. Then children, this program comes to an end. Now we come to the second part of the program, that is case 2. Here we have to find the smallest digit of a number, and this program also we have done recently. So here I have to first take out the digit. So before that I enter a number. So I say enter number, and this number I am entering or I am inputting in variable x. So next int. And children, for digits we already know what we are all doing. N is equal to x, d is equal to 0. And for the smallest digit, children, I am taking the largest digit at present to be the smallest digit. The largest digit which can come out from a number is 9. It cannot be 10. If it is 10, then 1 and 0 is going to get separated. So the largest digit. Now children, I am going to extract my digits from the number. That I do with this loop. D is equal to n modulus 10. N is equal to n by 10. And children, here I am checking if my D is less than S. So I say S is equal to D. And I continue this. So the smallest digit is going to get stored in S, which I print over here. So I print. So I say smallest digit is S. So smallest digit is S. So this digit I have printed, and here I end my second program which is there. So this is the program on composite number. This is the program to find the smallest digit. Now case 3 again I do, where it is exit. So I break my program. For the default, I write the invalid choice. So with the print statement, I am writing invalid choice or entry, whatever you want to say. Here I end the switch case block. Here I end the while statement, and I continue this program while ch is not equal to 3. So end of method, end of class. So children, I hope this program is clear to you all. Please go through this program. Here I have used import java.util because I am using the scanner class. I am using next int. Then I have created public void main, a main method. Then I have taken this ch and I have declared it outside because I am using it outside the switch case block. So that is why I have declared it. And this is the beginning of the do while loop, where I am beginning this do while loop. And here I have printed my menu. And after printing my menu, I have entered the choice according to the menu. If my choice is 1, this part of the program where I am checking for composite number gets executed. If my choice is 2, then this part of the program where I am finding the smallest digit gets executed. If my choice is 3, then I break. Break means I will come out. And if my choice is other than 1, 2, 3, this default statement gets executed, which says that it is invalid choice. And here I am again going up. But children, many the times you will see that this do while loop is not there. So we are going to do one or two programs with that also. So this program is of 2013 and question number, this is question number 9. Now we'll do another program, children, of 14. 2013 we have done. Now we are doing a program on 2015. So this question has come in 2015 and the question says like that, using the switch statement, write a menu driven program. So using a switch statement, write a menu driven program. Number 1, to find and display all the factors of a number input by the user, including 1 and excluding the number. Including 1 and excluding the number. And second is to find and display the factorial of a number input by the user. The factorial of a non-negative integer n is denoted as n exclamation mark in the product of all integers less than. And for an input, for an incorrect option, an error message is to be displayed. So children, here also it is asking you to display the menu. Menu we already have displayed. And it is asking us to do two parts in a program. First part is to find the factors, print all the factors of the number, and the second part is to print the factorial. Factors and factorials are separate things, children. You must remember. So the program remains almost like this. So we are just rubbing this part of the program. The basic structure is remaining the same, so I am not removing this part. So children, the program says like that, and we will just explain that in the first, it is asking us to find all the factors of a number. Say if I input 15, then factors of 15 are 1, 3, 5 and 15. But it is asking us to only print the factors of the number and not the number itself. To find and display all the factors of a number input by the user, including 1 and excluding the number. So we don't have to print 15. And the next is to find and display the factorial of a number. So this is first option. And in second option, children, if I say if I input 5, then factorial is 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. So whatever the answer is, that should be displayed over here as the factorial, and I think 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 becomes 20. And if you have anything other than this, then you have to give an error message. And children, this factorial can also be denoted by, say, if you want to calculate the factorial by 5 exclamation mark. This we have done in the series. So this program we are going to do, and in this program we are going to use the import java.util. We are going to write a class. We are going to write the scanner. B is equal to, or object of scanner class is to be prepared. Public void int ch I am using, but in menu the option is going to change. So first is for factors, and second option is factorial. I think the program is clear. Third is exit. Enter your choice. Now children, if my choice is 1, I come to this part of the program where I am inputting a number. So print enter number, and I enter my number in n. Int n is equal to b dot next int. Now to print the factors, what I am going to do, I am going to execute a loop from 1 to less than n. So if it is 15, I am executing my loop from 1 to 14, not 15, because 15 is a factor that we have to exclude. So I have taken my loop from 1 to less than n. And children, to find out the factor, we just say if n modulus I is equal to 0, that means that I is the factor. So I am printing I. So these are all the factors which I have printed. And after printing these factors, I am using the break statement. So this statement is in a loop. This is one statement. So here I have printed all the factors. And second program is to find the factorial of a number which is input by the user. So factorial, we all know that it is 1 into 2 into 3 into that number, that is whatever the number you have entered. So case 2, I have to input a number. So enter number. I enter my number here also in n. So b dot next int. And children, factorial I am going to calculate in f. So I have taken a variable f is equal to 1. And I am executing a loop till less than equal to n I plus plus. And I am saying f is equal to f into I. So this is one statement, although this braces is not required, which I am putting over here, this is not required. So here we calculate the factorial and we print the factorial. So factorial is f and we break the program. Again we come to choice 3 and in case 3 we write the break statement. Default, we write the invalid option. Invalid choice. And here we end the switch case block while ch is not equal to 3 and we end this block. So children, please try out at least one of these programs on computer also, so you will come to know how these programs are getting executed. Now children, I am going to continue this programming in the next video, in the second part of this video. Thank you. I hope you have followed this.